Hello, everyone, and good evening. I'm Scott Lohman, the PCF Board President, and I would like to welcome you to our 15th anniversary celebration. Hope you all really enjoyed that video. We worked long and hard on it, as you can see, 15 years behind us, but it's us, meaning I'd also like to introduce to you our former PCF Board President, Ms. Danny Gasparini. Danny?
Hey, everybody. Hey, you're probably noticing that Scott and I are together in the room, and we really shouldn't be, but we both had a COVID test. And we are happy to say we're both positive. No, wait, sorry. We're positive people. We were negative in our test. So we both feel comfortable being here together without wearing masks, so you could see us both present and together. So I hope you enjoyed that video too. It was awesome. And let's kick off a fabulous night.
And we all hope that you're doing really well too out there in TV land and you're safe and healthy. A couple some housekeeping items. First of all, if you are having any problems at all with regards to the technology, please, and you can see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen there, you can dial 1-888-557-3554, and operators are standing by to help you with your technology. Also, to make sure that you can register, to make sure you can participate in our Fund the Need and also our live auction, make sure that you have added or registered so you can use a second device. This is what we're referring to in our emails and all our communication as a second device. So you're watching the program tonight, but bidding, hopefully, and/or participating in the Fund the Need through your second device. So, and also, by the way, we will start Fund the Need at approximately 7:20 p.m. this evening. And also, you can see our auction, or we'll start the auction around 7:45. Okay.
We say that because we have to raise money tonight.
Yes.
Not that everybody else isn't important.
Exactly.
But we're on the line tonight for $200,000, so we want to make sure everybody's ready to go when we get there.
And nothing else is going on tonight except for this show. Nothing else. Nothing. In any case, so first off, right out of the gate here, we'd like to introduce our MC for the evening. And I'm quite proud to say she is a personal friend of mine and my wife's, a lady by the name of Ms. Cheryl Hurd. And Cheryl Hurd, as many of you do know, she's an NBC Bay Area reporter. And you can find her reporting on the station's 11 p.m. newscast. She's been with the station for 20 years. So she started when she was 10 years old. I think she'll love me for saying that. Cheryl was born and raised in Vallejo, California, and she graduated from California State East Bay. Also, really cool stuff, Cheryl has been honored with an award from the Bay Area Black Journalists Association and 4 Emmy Awards by the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, San Francisco. So here's my Emmy. Okay, she's got 4 of these. Now, the weird thing is I got to buy mine at the Five and Dime store, but she's got 4 real ones, 4 real ones. In any case, Cheryl loves covering breaking news. Perhaps you've seen her. She was the first to report on the Balco steroid scandal that rocked the sports world, particularly here in the Bay Area. She often travels to breaking news all over the country. And most recently, she's been covering the devastating wildfires that have been sweeping California, and unfortunately, all too often, the earthquakes too. Cheryl also is one of the founding members of Friends of Faith, a nonprofit organization that raises money for women diagnosed with breast cancer in the East Bay. Cheryl is married to a very nice man named Dana and has 1 sister, no children, but a really cool dog named Stripe. And most of her family also lives in the Bay Area. Therefore, her favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. So Cheryl Hurd, take it away. Glad to have you.
Thank you very much, Scott and Danny, and thank you very much for the flowers. They are gorgeous. And I'd like to do a quick disclaimer for you tonight. If you hear a dog bark or if you hear the phone ring, everything is all right in the square. Everything is okay, all right? As Scott said, that I'm a news reporter at NBC Bay Area, and I'd love to do this event without glasses, but at this point in my life, I gotta put them on. Tonight, it is my pleasure to be the MC for the PCF fundraiser. 15 years, that's a very long time. My heart and soul is in the Bay Area. As Scott said, I was born and raised here in the Bay Area. And sometimes young people have a difficult time knowing that there is someone on the other side of the fence to help them up. And that's what PCF is all about. It is my pleasure to also introduce the keynote speaker for tonight. She has a long and respected history, and I'm looking forward to that. And as Scott said, I've known him for 20 years. And there's nothing else on the air tonight except for this fundraiser. There's not a debate. There's not a football game. Nothing. Only this right here. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the executive director for the Peninsula College Fund. That's Christina Morales. Christina.
Thank you, Cheryl, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to our quince. I was worried that wasn't going to work. Anyhow, so my time this evening was cut in half because we have a video featuring our first 3 PCF scholars. It's a little longer than we initially anticipated, but it is so worthwhile. So I'd like to do 2 things with the time that I have. 1, I'd like to express my gratitude, and 2, I'd like to share a little bit about where we are headed. First, welcome to all our guests, our mentors, our donors, volunteers, alums, current and past board members, previous executive directors. I think Catherine and Phil are with us this evening. Thank you all for the hard work over the years and paving the way for us to be here this evening. Thank you also goes to our 15th anniversary celebration committee, with special thanks to Natalie Walker, our PCF's development director. Thank you for the countless hours you all spent putting this event together, our first ever virtual fundraiser. Of course, thank you to the PCF staff. I know these last 8 months are nothing like we've seen before, and I'm so fortunate to be navigating these unprecedented times with you. Finally, and last but not least, thank you to our founder, Charles Schmuck. It is because of your vision 15 years ago, Charles, that we are here today, that we are currently serving over 230 scholars, that over 130 PCF alums are physicians, nurses, software developers, and so much more, who are now supporting their families, giving back to their communities, giving back to PCF as mentors and donors and advisors. And it is because of you, Charles, that we are here this evening, not only to reflect on our past successes, but to look ahead to our future. So, just what's ahead for us? Well, in the immediate term, over this next year, we will continue to support scholars through this pandemic so that they not only are able to remain in college, but that they can thrive in college. We'll provide emergency funds. We'll provide laptops and hotspots if possible. And we will continue to offer mental health support services to help students navigate these uncertain times. Staff is working tirelessly to support scholars who are seeking career-focused internships and post-grad jobs during this incredibly tight job market. We're building capacity right now so that we are ready for the next 15 years. This past year, to provide you with some context, we received over 170 applications, and we were only able to accept 40. That's in addition to the Abby Sobrato scholars that we accepted this year. And earlier this year, after surveying the landscape, we learned that there are approximately 1,500 students across San Mateo and Santa Clara counties who'd be eligible for PCF services. So it's my vision that over the next 15 years, we will be in a position to address this overwhelming need, to support first-gen students through college and to equip them with the tools that they need to secure post-grad jobs that will enable them to achieve financial security and optionality. PCF alums will live where they want to live. They'll work where they want to work. They'll live without housing insecurity, without food insecurity, and they will be active and engaged members of society and provide financial security for the next generation. Now, to give you a glimpse into how this vision has become a reality for some, I'd like you to enjoy a video of PCF's first 3 scholars. Now, it's about 7 minutes long, but I promise you, it is worth every single minute.
Some of the challenges I faced as a first-generation college student was being a daughter of immigrant parents. They finished up to 6th grade, so for them, the language barrier was a problem. Helping me with school, homework, was a huge issue, so oftentimes I had to navigate it on my own.
The biggest challenge, I would say, is probably my immigration status. It wasn't until applying for college that I realized what that meant, and the lack of funding and the lack of support. That was definitely a shock for me, especially being told, like, oh, if you work really hard, you can accomplish anything.
When I was applying for financial aid, that's when I knew the extreme neglect of resources that I was able to have because I don't have a social security number. Not qualifying to receive financial aid, even loans. I'm carrying this expectation of achieving my dreams, my parents' dreams, being a role model for my siblings and cousins here, and then finding like this is a huge limitation that I had no control of.
When I told my parents I wanted to go to college, my mom told me, I wish we could help you, but it's so much money, there's no way we can help you put you through college.
Peninsula College Fund was able to give me a scholarship for the 4 years. In addition to that, I was so lucky to be mentored by Phil Eckadal, but then also I feel like I was also mentored by Charles Schmuck and any of the founding members, and they were sharing us with advice, support. I was always surprised how I would receive just personal phone calls or like visits. So I feel like I got the benefit of being mentored by a team.
Having someone that, if I have any questions or need any support, I think that that's something Peninsula College Fund definitely helped, and not feeling lost in my college experience. I feel like it's established a family that I feel like I'm gonna be a part of forever.
When going into college, I wasn't prepared, so oftentimes I was frustrated. When I was at my wits of quitting, wanting to quit, my mentor came to my house and he was there listening, hearing my frustrations. And he told me that he was going to support me regardless the decision I decided to take. And from that moment on, I knew that I had people supporting me, people rooting for me, and I was able to finish college.
The support that I learned from my mentor at PCF, it transpires into my family today. I'm the oldest of 4, so all of my siblings now look to me for college advice, and I can help them with that. And I think that the impact that Peninsula College Fund has done, not just for me, but like for my family, and will continue to do for my family, is just sensational.
In 2006, the House of Representatives was trying to pass a bill saying it was a crime to help someone who was undocumented. It was at the time where I was starting to learn how oppressive it is to be undocumented. So meeting the Peninsula College Fund and the generosity they gave through all these different programs affirmed my worth, affirmed the confidence that I am a gifted, talented person, and I can give so much to the community. They were probably dreaming for my life before I felt like I could dream for my life.
I started working at Lucille Packard for a little bit over 1.5 years now. I help families in need, patients who had a transplant. The medical field was my passion, and I'm so happy I'm there. And in some way, I feel like I'm returning a little bit of the help that was given to me, trying to go above and beyond for those families that don't know how to navigate the healthcare system, just like how I didn't know how to navigate the education system. And I have a daughter, she's 2, and I'm thankful for the Peninsula College Fund because having a college degree, I know it's going to impact her life too. When she starts applying for colleges, I'm going to guide her better than what my parents were able to guide me.
Right now, I am happily married to the love of my life, and professionally, I work with the Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity. We educate congregations about the current immigration and mass incarceration system. These are people who are the poorest in the country and don't have access to a lot of resources. The mentors I had at the Peninsula College Fund, they showed me that regardless of where we come from, we can all be a community and help each other to thrive. So it's how I'm trying to carry on that lesson.
Now I am in my second year of my master's program at the University of San Francisco for public health. I've been in the nonprofit world now for about 9 years. I am also applying to get a PhD in epidemiology and clinical research. As an alumna of PCF, I've also now started mentoring some students. I've always wanted to help and support, and I knew that going back to my community was very important for me. I couldn't be more grateful for PCF. I'm grateful for all of the experiences that they gave me, all of the resources, learning from my mentor, and now I can pass that down to my mentees.
I am grateful just for the group of people that aligned with Charles 15 years ago. It was a vision for them to see that everyone does deserve to thrive, specifically through higher education. It is amazing to see how they have grown these 15 years. I will forever be grateful for opportunities that this scholarship program gave me throughout my life, during college and after college and even now.
Thank you, Peninsula College Fund.
Thank you, Peninsula College Fund.
Thank you, Peninsula College Fund.
Did I not tell you that video would be worth every single minute? I've seen it many, many times, and every time I get very teary-eyed. Marisol, Miriam, Anitzia, thank you so much for being a part of the PCF family and for sharing your stories with us. Now, we are moving into the next part of our program, the Fund a Need. Scott, who you met earlier, our current board president, and Danny, who you also met earlier, our immediate past board president, will lead this effort. They will certainly entertain us and hopefully raise those critical funds. Scott, Danny?
Hey, Christina, thank you. I'm going to start it off. And I think it was an understatement of the evening that video would not move all of us. So I'm going to make sure that we highlight something that most everyone of the testimonials tonight mentioned. And we know we have a lot of mentors watching tonight, and we know that that's our secret sauce. Our mentors who are one-to-one with our students, who are there ensuring that our students have the cheerleading staff and all the support they need to continue to go through all the challenges, especially through COVID. And we want to thank our staff too, because that's why PCF has a graduation rate for first-gen students, way above the national average. And Scott, I'm going to flip it over to you because this is the critical part of our night where we want to do our Fund a Need. But were you a bit intimidated by the level of schooling and education that our students have? Because I know you're nowhere near any of it. So I feel like that we need to boost you up and tell everyone that you're really smart and amazing, and you've had a great career when our students have surpassed you, like, you know, in their 20s.
I love Danny. Okay, I just want to make that proud announcement. In any case, thank you, Danny, very much. Yes, this is the time that we are attempting to raise $200,000. Okay, and that's the goal for this evening. And a couple of ways, actually, the way for us to get there, obviously, is by your support. But the other the other item that we've got in store for you is our challenge grant match. And what that means, if we reach $100,000, okay, during our Fund a Need,
right here and right now,
if we reach $100,000, we get an additional $50,000. That's $50,000. And this was given to us by a very generous supporter who will remain anonymous. I wish not, but they wanted to remain anonymous. In addition, just another little housekeeping item. You'll notice on your second device, when you have a chance to donate to Fund a Need, there is a box called the custom amount, okay? If you wish to make a 4-year pledge, remember our students go to school for 4 years, just simply write in the amount of your donation, okay? And then your gift pledge will be billed annually over 4 years at X amount per year. Now, don't be concerned. We're not one of these big conglomerates that are just going to start charging your credit card left and right. We actually have individuals that answer the phone and help you through this. So if you ever have a question at all, you can see the phone number scrolling at the bottom. Call our office anytime, and we can help you with that.
So I guess if you wanted, for an example, if you wanted to donate $10,000, but you wanted to pay that $10,000 over 4 years, in that custom box, write 10,000, and then our staff members are going to call anyone that's done a custom amount and call you and find out what your intent is. We just don't want anyone to feel like they have been left out. And we love when we get 4-year pledges, because that pledge follows a student for that 4 years. So that's why the 4-year pledge is really important tonight. But if you make a one-time gift, we're happy to have that one-time gift, because you will get our newsletters, our emails, and our annual reports, and you'll become a 4-year pledge donors in no time.
Excellent. Good description. Okay, so let's get started. We should have the thermometer up on the screen. And just to let you know, we've already raised $35,100. That was fast. Wow. But seriously, folks, this was preloaded, and it was as of today, I think at 4:05 p.m. So we have raised that much, and it's still coming in, and I haven't even given a description, but that's okay. We're going to do it in increments, okay? And our first increment that we're pretty excited about is the opportunity to potentially pledge to sponsor a scholar for all 4 years. Okay, so this is an example of how you can donate money, and it would be $24,000. So that's $6,000 per year times 4 for $24,000. So that's our first increment.
Right, and I want to let everybody know that we're going to start at the 24,000, and we're going to hit all levels of giving. But you don't have to wait for us. If you just want to hit that fund a need and go on to drinking that glass of wine while we're doing the rest of fund a need, go ahead and do it. But we're going to start, and we'd love to see these dollars come in as we're talking about them. So Lydia, $12,000.
Right, nice job, Woo! Lydia Kearney. That was really good.
She just preempted us, didn't she? So anyway, we're already at $49,000, and we haven't said a thing. Maybe we should keep talking and not mention anything, and we'll just get to the 100,000.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's just keep talking. No, you start out at the $6,000 level
Robert,
times 4, so $24,000. Anybody want to give $24,000?
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Robert. We've got anything with a $24,000 increment. Elaine Taylor at $3,000. We should name these. Our increments are. Oh, there we go. Sarush Kaboli and Nalu Farid at $1,500.
And they are actually making a 4-year pledge, so that's really $6,000, but $1,500 tonight.
We're already up to 56,000. So my math, because I went to a really good school, it's around $44,000 in order to hit 100 grand. Well, let's talk about the other increments. Let's pull away from the 24,000. Let's get into just the one donation of $6,000. That's obvious. Okay, that provides 1 year of scholarship and wraparound program support. That's why we have a staff to support our scholars and services like the following. Here's some examples of what we do. We mentor.
Oh, Peter, Michelle Oates and Peter Denkin just did $24,000. Thank you for hitting that level for us.
Thank you, Michelle and Peter. The thermometer's a little slow tonight, but that's okay. Thank you very much. But again, back to the $6,000 in wraparound programs. We have mentors, which we really need annually. Love mentoring. We got a lot of volunteers that love mentoring. We also have one-on-one coaching of the scholars. Because again, you got to remember, they're first generation kids, students. They go to school for the very first time, and oh my gosh, I'm not even paying attention here. Another anonymous donor at $6 grand. We're already at 91,000. Fantastic. Keep it going. All right, a couple more increments here. $3,000. What an example of something for $3,000 could get us.
Nobody's paying attention.
I know, no one's paying attention to the increments.
But I think it's important that what Scott had said is it typically costs the organization $6,000 a year to support one student for 1 year, right? And we give each student $3,000 to use in the way in which they need to. It's unencumbered dollars. So if they need that $3,000 for books or for a computer or for rental assistance or for maybe transportation to college, they have the freedom to use that money in which it helps them stay in college. That is key. And then the other $3,000 helps us do all of those wraparound programs that you're hearing. So that's why we use this $6,000.
There we go.
John Pimentel,
wow, John.
Thank you,
Thank you, John. Thank you very much.
So I think you wanted to move on.
Yeah, I can add the additional increments just to give you
an idea. Wait a minute. We hit the 1,000.
We're very excited. obviously that's our matching dollar amount that we needed to get to 100 grand. We can tackle in the 50,000. Can we do that at this time? Or are we going to wait for the thermometer? That is unbelievable. Well,
Yeah.
we're still rolling. That's okay. We'll get to 50,000 in a second. A couple other increments. I know you're not following the increments, and that's certainly okay. $3,000 provides a career ladder internship and training to give scholars the tools they need to become career ready. So again, an example, there we are, $154,000 now. So that gives you an example of the career ladder internship at $3,000. $1,000 supports a year of PCF college and career success workshops for a scholar. Any of you company business owners out there that are donating tonight or listening in, please contact if you'd like to get involved with our CCLC is what we call it, our college and career success workshops. We love to have individuals participate in that, and it could really give you some fantastic internships. At $500, we provide technology enhancements. Like right now, you can see the Vaseline on my forehead. That's a technology enhancement. You can't really see the Vaseline. That's a technology enhancement. No, just kidding.
Scott, do you have a fly on your head?
Yeah. And
Oh my gosh, there's a fly on his head.
that's why I love working with Danny. In any case, the technology enhancements, good hotspots, laptops to better serve our scholars. That would be about $500 of a donation. And then the $100 makes the purchase of textbooks
Thanks,
possible.
Christopher.
So there are the increments. Thank you, Christopher. There's $100. Alan, thank you very
Yay!
much.
My husband
That's your
finally
husband.
kicked in.
That's your husband. Thank you very much. We're up to $155,350.
Can I say one last thing,
yeah.
Scott? Hey, as our thermometer keeps raising and we're getting to that $200,000 mark, I want to say this. Think about tonight when we're talking about the students, and you heard Marisol and you heard Nitzia speak tonight in the video, but what we don't tell you about is the generations to follow those students. So here's what we do know. We know when we scholar and when we bring in a student into our program, their siblings are more often to then go to college. And we've been scholarshiping and bringing into program the second and third sibling in that family. So we know that with one support of one student in a family, we're going to change the generations of that family for life. So think about it. It's not just one student, it's those siblings and that family. Once that student graduates from college, those opportunities and those choices open up, and that's what changes their dynamic. So please understand, your $100, your $50, your $250, your $200,000 are going to change the dynamic of that family. So I'm sorry, that was my
that's
soap
great.
opera.
No, I'm glad you said it too.
Okay.
The only thing you forgot is Miriam. Miriam was part
yes,
of
the third one.
the triplets that we saw earlier in our
And
video.
Lizette gave $100. She's one of our students. Thank you, Lizette.
Thank you, Lizette. I know we had the $50,000 up there earlier, but and we'll fix that thermometer. We have a way of fixing it. Our back end. We're in very, very good shape right now. So I think it feels like we're at 188,000. But without further ado, we want to keep the program moving. Thank you very, very much for everyone's donations. This is really, really a surprise. Again, we got a couple of things going on tonight, and just love to see the participation. So thank you very, very much. We're going to toss this back to Cheryl, our MC, and Cheryl will be introducing our speaker tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks
Cheryl.
again, people.
Scott, Danny, I want to take you all on the road. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And thanks everyone out there for donating. This is fantastic. We're doing all this virtually. And I'm sitting here in my den and I'm screaming and I'm yelling and nobody can hear me. But all that was happening right here in my own home. This virtual thing is so odd. It's so weird. But thank you very much out there for donating. So 85% of the folks who are involved in this program graduate. And that's a statistic that I read, but I bet you that statistic is wrong. I bet you there are more people who are graduating from the PCF program. So if you want to donate, again, get out your other device, get in there. You guys are doing it. It's all for a fantastic cause. So right now, it is my pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker for tonight. It is Janet Napolitano, a professor of public policy at the Goldman School of Public Policy at UC Berkeley. She serves as the 20th president of the University of California, the nation's largest public university with 10 campuses, 5 medical centers, 3 affiliated national laboratories, and a statewide agriculture and natural resource program. Now, prior to this, she was a former 2-term governor of Arizona, very busy in Arizona, a former attorney general of Arizona, and a former U.S. attorney for the District of Arizona. In 2019, she was the Secretary for Homeland Security. How can we forget that? And she's also an author. She published How Safe Are We? Homeland Security Since 9/11. President Napolitano earned her BS degree sum cum laude in political science from Santa Clara University and her JD from the University of Virginia. She is right now based in the East Bay in Berkeley. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Janet Napolitano.
Well, thank you. And what a great evening. It's such a pleasure to be here for the 15th anniversary of the Peninsula College Fund, PCF. I am so honored to be a part of this celebration and to help in my own way to honor an organization that serves first-generation low-income students who aspire to be the first in their families to achieve the dream of earning a college degree. You know, as we saw in the video, beginning 15 years ago with 3 students from a couple of high schools on the Peninsula, PCF now provides scholarships and wraparound support services to over 230 students. 2 years ago, PCF expanded its reach to bring an additional 30 students per year from high schools in East San Jose into the PCF family. It is a terrific record. A brief background. The Peninsula College Fund was developed 15 years ago as the vision of founder Charles Schmuck, a former high school history teacher and fellow Santa Clara alum, who believed in the promise for the future of California, represented by the students who had an abundance of talent and deep determination to pursue a college degree, but needed additional financial support and social capital to achieve their dreams. I think we all owe Charles a big thank you. A thank you for his vision and unrelenting optimism to pursue this dream. Thanks also go to PCF Executive Director Christina Morales, who has led the PCF staff and board of directors for the past 3 years, and to Scott Lohman, current PCF board chair. Under Christina's leadership and with support from the dedicated PCF staff and the board, PCF has grown from the early days offering scholarships to a handful of students per year to the current year, which welcomed just under 70 new college-bound PCF students to begin their journey at public and private universities up and down California and at colleges throughout the country. PCF could not succeed without the support of community volunteers who serve as one-on-one mentors, guiding their students for 4 years from their earliest days as nervous freshmen to the proud moment when they graduate from college with that precious diploma in hand. It's such a special time. Over 200 community members currently serve as mentors to provide a vital resource for PCF students as they begin to explore careers and understand how they will fit into the educated workforce of our great state. You may wonder, what is the connection between PCF and the University of California, where I served as president for the 10 campus system for 7 years, from 2013 to 2020. And I see many connections. First, And obviously, it's the direct connection. 92 of the current active PCF students attend a UC campus. PCF offers a valuable source of funding to these UC students who strive to pay the fees, tuitions, and costs that they must provide to achieve the goal of earning a UC diploma. Second, 41% of UC undergraduates are the first in their families to attend college. 100% of PCF students are first in their families to attend college. And at UC, we are really proud of these first-gen students who contribute so much to our student bodies at all of our campuses. Third, 4 UC campuses each enroll more Pell Grant recipients than the entire Ivy League combined. 100% of PCF students are low income, as defined by the HUD guidelines for Santa Clara and San Mateo counties. Fourth, 4 UC campuses are in the top 5 universities in the country in terms of social mobility. It's a metric defined by the ability for students to earn more income than their parents within just a few years of graduation. These 4 UC campuses are Riverside, Santa Cruz, Merced, and Irvine. Among PCF's 66 new freshmen, 7 students enrolled at UC Riverside, 7 enrolled at Santa Cruz, and 6 at UC Merced. Fifth, during my time as Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security under President Obama, I'm proud to have launched the DACA program for young people brought to the United States as children who have been raised here but who are undocumented. PCF provides scholarship support to numerous academically qualified students regardless of their immigration status. And I'm also pleased to report that as president of the UC, we filed one of the first lawsuits in the country against the Trump administration to stop their rescission of the DACA program. That case went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and in June, we prevailed, and the DACA program remains. And lastly, UC campuses are dedicated to improving the graduation rates for all of our undergraduate students who enroll. PCF students have achieved a 6-year graduation rate of 85%, which is a very impressive number when compared to the national graduation rate of 21% for students with the same first-generation low-income demographics. So the more I learn about the Peninsula College Fund, the more I believe that the vision of PCF aligns beautifully with the core values of the University of California. Specifically, we're both dedicated to serving the educational aspirations of all Californians. Both UC and PCF were founded with the goal of creating a better future for the people of California, and both strive to assure that all students can benefit from the rewards that a college education can bring to a family. The UCs and PCF are truly partners in the success of our students and the economic future of the state of California. In turning to the future, what do we know about how college students are faring these days in the time of COVID-19? Here are some relevant facts. We know that 85% of California college students are now enrolled in online courses. The 23 campuses of the Cal State University system have already announced that classes will continue to be offered in a virtual format through the spring semester in 2021. UC Berkeley Chancellor Carol Christ issued a statement saying that the spring semester at Berkeley will begin with online instruction for at least the first 2 weeks. After that, the majority of Berkeley classes will still continue to be offered remotely, but there will be pilot classes offered in person. Online education is here to stay, at least for the near term. Fact number 2, from a survey of current college students conducted by Education Trust West, we know that 10% of students report a lack of adequate devices to study online. 12% have little or no access to the internet. Fact number 3, from marketplace.org, we know that applications for federal financial aid have decreased by 100,000 this year, not because the financial need has disappeared, but because low-income students may be postponing or moving away from pursuing a college degree during this time of economic uncertainty. Fact number 4, the U.S. Census reports that in families with an income less than $75,000, college students are 2 times more likely to report that they are canceling plans for attending college. These sobering facts describe the current national and local reality for students and their families, and they should give us all reason to pause and to reflect. But in these times of financial and societal stress, one truth remains. Higher education is still the best path for low-income students to move out of poverty. As Michelle Sisqueros, president of the Campaign for College Opportunity, has said, quote, California's future economic success depends on our ability to produce the best educated workforce possible, close quote. She goes on to say, our diverse population of young people deserves the same opportunity as previous generations, regardless of economic or cultural background. The Peninsula College Fund and programs like it gives California students their best hope for the future, for their families, for themselves, for the state. Creating an educated, prosperous citizenry is at the heart of the shared mission of PCF and the University of California. I am so pleased to be with you tonight to celebrate 15 years of PCF volunteers offering their time and their financial support to help these current and future talented students to achieve their dreams. Thank you for joining me in congratulating PCF for 15 wonderful, successful years of service. I hope to see you in person in 10 years when we celebrate the 25th anniversary of PCF and recognize even more students who PCF has helped achieve their dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor, and thank you for all your hard work helping young people reach their goals. Fun fact, I was the first in my family to get a college education, in my immediate family, that is. So a program like this would have been very beneficial for me. So that was the past. Now let's take a look at the present. And you're about to look at a short video of one of PCF's current scholars. His name is Daniel Sanchez, and how PCF has impacted his college journey. Now, Daniel started college at Chapman University in 2017 and transferred to USC in the spring of 2020. He's a senior majoring in business administration at the University of Southern California, graduating in December 2021. That's next year. Now, currently, he is studying from home and applying to internships in the summer of 2021. So all of you executives out there, listen to this video, because I'm sure that you would want to reach out to him and let him take advantage of an internship in one of these wonderful organizations. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Daniel Sanchez.
Hi, I'm Danny Sanchez, and I joined PCF in 2017. One of my biggest fears and stresses going into my first year of college has to be trying to find a job right after college. And it's been a little bit stressful because my parents always ask me if I'm studying the right thing or if I'm going to even get a job right after college. And I believe PCF has helped tremendously with that aspect of my college career. And I think my mentor and PCF both have helped in a sense that they help me understand the process of tackling a new job, and also helping me with resumes, interviews, internship questions, and the overall aspect of PCF that I love the most is that they give me assurance that I will be able to find a job once I graduate. And that's a big part of my dream, is to one day go into finance and live that out, because I have noticed that most students in my position don't really have exposure to that industry, and I think PCF helping me will in turn help out the community around all of us. And for that, I believe PCF has helped me in a way that I will forever be in debt.
All right, internships. Danny Sanchez, you heard him, you saw him, reach out to him. He's going to be a great fit for you. Thank you, Danny, and I can't wait to see where you are 5 years from now. Keep that money going. Danny and Scott, you're coming up next. The goal is 200,000, and I'm sure we're probably already there yet. Scott, Danny, take it away.
Having fun.
Hey, everyone. We're back, and we just wanted to come back and say a couple of remarks on our thermometer. We had a little snafu with our thermometer during the Fund a Need. And what happened was we had an individual that donated $6,000, and they wanted to make it a 4-year pledge, and we entered it as $24,000. And what we want to do tonight is, while we love everyone doing the 4-year pledges, we want to be real in what the number is we're raising tonight. So we should have put the thermometer with only a $6,000 donation, even though it was 6,000 times 4 years. So we are now at 153,400, but we want to encourage everyone who wants to still go through that Fund a Need to add dollars, because we want to keep adding dollars to this Fund a Need. We want to get up to $200,000,
Yes, ma'am.
even though we have the live auction right now. So if anybody was cut off during the Fund a Need because we ended it too soon, or the thermometer kind of showed a little bit of a snafu, please enter those gifts now, because we want to get up higher, and we'll keep adding those names in, because we know we have we know we have some more gifts that we want to get in during that Fund a Need. But we're actually going to start our live auction in just a second here. We want to make sure that we see everybody's Fund a Need gifts. But I want to say thank you to Danny Sanchez, because the video that he just talked about, or he talked in, really underscores the need for internship and how important it is for not only us graduating our seniors from high school. Oh my gosh, we just got a gift. Edward Goodstein and Fran Eastman at $15,000. I knew if we waited long enough, we'd get in there. 168,000.
Incredible.
But going back to internships, we know that these internships are so important to students who graduate, because then they are entering a field with that they've studied, and they now have college, and they now have experience when they're ready for that first time job. We don't stop at just graduating the student in college. We ensure that they get that first job in their career of choice. So anyway, thank you, Danny, for pointing that out in internships. So Scott, you're going to take it away with the live auction. We're at 168,800. We may be even more than that entering the live auction.
And after the auction, that's right. So these
wait a minute. Sorry.
Oh, we added the 50 grand.
No, we added an anonymous donor at 35,000.
I didn't see that. Wow.
We are a little bit delayed in seeing the thermometer. We saw it. We're sorry about that. Scott is actually the delayed one. I'm seeing it real
There's a
time.
5-second delay just in case Danny mentions one of those 4-letter words that we don't want to use in the air.
We are at 2,300,
Yeah.
which doesn't mean we don't want to raise more money.
Keep
because
going.
as Christina said, we really could be scholarshipping 1,500 students a year. That's what the need is.
Big time. So thanks, everyone. This is fantastic. So I know a lot of you have already seen the different packages. We've got 4 fabulous package auction items, and they're actually already being bid upon. I think this morning around 9, 10 o'clock or so that went live. But let's talk about the very first one, okay? And I won't read the entire description, just kind of bring out the highlights of it. But this is the Olympian Dream Soccer Opportunity. And I believe the opening bid was $1,500. But you can actually play with a U.S. Olympic and World Cup gold medalist, Brandi Chastain of Sports Illustrated cover fame, and Julie Foudy, who is an unbelievable announcer for particularly women's soccer. And no, this is not a dream. And this is for up to 12 young women, age group 18, so you can't participate because you're 19.
As an adult, I wanted to participate in this.
Okay. But again, join the Olympic and World Cup gold medalist Brandi Chastain for a 2-hour soccer clinic. 2 hours for 12 individuals, 12 young ladies. And the best way to get around this is find 11 other individuals that would want to bid the same amount. And that's the way you can bid even higher with 11 people helping you, or even less than that. It doesn't have to be one individual. But you get to do this soccer clinic at Santa Clara University and enjoy lunch with Brandi and the other coaches. Receive a Santa Clara University soccer jersey, plus photos of Brandi, and finally attend an SCU women's soccer game and meet team players after the game. Also, Julie Foudy's leadership camp. And this is well known, getting more and more well known for one young woman, age group again, 8 to 18. But you can learn from the very best at Julie Foudy's Leadership Academy for women. Julie's camp will offer a unique blend of soccer coaching and leadership training for the Olympic and World Cup gold medalists. So this is leadership. And obviously she'll have all the accoutrements of autographs and everything else and photos. But this is a really good opportunity to have your youngin' learn a little bit more about leadership. So fantastic opportunity. Again, this is the Olympian Dream Soccer opportunity.
Well, and I think the screen's going to come back to you and I, Scott, because I had this dream of bouncing a soccer ball off your head to show my soccer skills.
Stop!
As everyone was bidding. But seriously, I've got my USA jersey from when Brandi and Julie were on the USA team, and they really are the ones that changed the world for women's Title IX sports.
Yeah,
so
big time.
far beyond the soccer experience, any young adult that's going to participate in this soccer will really understand how the dynamics have changed for women in sports. We're going to start the bidding off at $1,500. We do have an opening bid. I feel bad because the opening bid is me. So I'm hoping that we're going to see some more bids happening. My screen says the bidding is at $1,500 and I don't have anybody beyond that. So I'm just hoping that I'm seeing it live and that I'm seeing some bid history. Can you see it on your Scott? I just want to make sure that I'm not
tell us where
seeing.
we are?
But yeah, my bidding history says that I'm the only bidder at $1,500. I can't believe that's actually happening. So I'm going to go to another site and see if I can't get that differently. But everyone bear with us. I just want to make sure that we're at 1,500. If somebody could maybe
chat
with us and tell us that we're at that. If not, we're going to probably close the bidding in just a few. It looks like, someone just bid $1,750, and I'm going to look at the bidding history. I think we're a little bit delayed in the bidding history for me to announce, but it does look like that someone bid. Yep. No, it looks like that's if someone wants to outbid us, it's $1,750. So please, everyone, please excuse us that we may not be seeing the exact number. We're waiting for someone. We are seeing it correctly. Thank you for verifying that with us. All right. So I think we're going to put the 20-second countdown on our clock that we've got 20 seconds
Here we go.
to see who might want to up that bid of $1,500 for the Olympian Dream Soccer experience.
We won't count out loud because, again, it's a bit delayed for us. But love to see people get excited about this one.
It's a once in a lifetime experience. I can't let
Big time.
anybody believe that they're going to let me have this, Scott. But I'm so very excited in one moment. So I think we have it.
Okay.
I think we can
$1,500.
consider this closed, and $1,500 for the Julie Foudy, and
Brandy
the item is
Chastain.
closed.
Good. All right. Let's move on to the second one. And again, maybe hopefully a lot of you have read the description of the Sonoma Wine Country Getaway. This is Dry Creek Hillsburg Getaway for four individuals. Experience the unique bounty of Sonoma County's Dry Creek Valley during your private getaway. Spend 2 nights in a luxurious 2-bedroom guest house at Lambert Bridge Winery. You can see it's really good because it's empty.
Here's another one. We're already drinking.
There we go. And enjoy a private tasting for 4 and take home 6 bottles of wine from Lambert Bridge, Dry Creek, and Amphora wineries. Again, for 4 individuals. And I won't read off the wine. You can see the list, but we'd love to have some bidders. The early opening bid was $1,100 for that, the Sonoma Getaway. You hail from up there a little bit, Danny. I mean, the fires, how did they affect? Didn't affect?
No,
I'm assuming
we're doing great. And I think they're going to come back to us now live. But my husband and I, Alan, we live next door to Lambert Bridge Winery, which is the guest house cottage that you're seeing, and you're also seeing the inside of the winery. Even with COVID, they're doing social distancing, tastings outside, but you can certainly not take this experience up till next year when you feel it's more comfortable to come and spend 2 days with 2 of your friends or another family. The guest house is absolutely stunning. I will tell you that you can't find anything in Healdsburg for less than $750 a night. It's amazing. We have current bidding history right now. And again, I'm seeing it a little bit delayed. So I'm going to kind of take this slow, but our current bidder is Irene Baba at $2,100. Thank you so much, Irene. Let's get some more movement on this. This really is an amazing package. Think about it. No worries on this one. You can drive up to Sonoma. You get in your own private cottage with your own COVID buddies. I mean, now that we've been tested, we could go together with our husband and wife.
No, that's not going to happen.
No.
Anyway.
No, even though we've been tested. Anyway.
I'll go with your husband. That's about it.
He's not coming with our relationship ends tonight, everyone, from the live auction. But anyway, and don't forget the 6 bottles of wine that I'm going to deliver to you that we have here tonight.
How long do they have to choose the week that they can use?
Oh gosh, I think it's all the way through 2021. There's no hurry in the week, but again, that's a good point, Scott. Yeah. Always look at the restrictions because you have to make sure that you call and make sure that the weeks are, the 2 nights are available. And then I'm going to personally schedule your tastings, your private tastings with Amphora, with Dry Creek Vineyards, and with Lambert Bridge. So it looks like Irene Baba is holding at $2,100. Doesn't look like we have any more movement on the screen unless I may not be seeing the right, see it live, but I've got Irene Baba at $2,100. So I think we'll put the clock on for 20 seconds. And we'll give everybody a countdown for the Sonoma Getaway. And hey, if this sweetens the pot, Alan and I will host a cocktail reception on our deck overlooking the Dry Creek Valley. We've got a 180-degree view of the Dry Creek Valley. We'll host you in this 2-night stay.
Yeah, weird thing. I've never been invited. That's weird.
And you're not going to unless you're the winning bidder. Okay, it looks like that John Pimentel. It looks like
John's out of control.
He snuck in at the last minute. So it looks like John Pimentel, who already gave us $4,000 tonight in the Fund and Need. John, thank you so very much. Wow. But it looks like John and his family and his friends are going to come spend the week with Alan and I, and not you.
Well, I'm a friend of John, so I'm going to have to go give him a call afterwards.
Yeah. All right, we're going up to the next one.
All right, number 3. Hopefully it's up there. There we go. Sea Ranch Escape, and the bidding starts at $1,800. This is the Sea Ranch. A lot of people know of this. It's along the Sonoma coast, 100 miles north of San Francisco. So get you out of the city. Includes many hiking trails, both in the forest, along the coast, beaches, a golf course, tennis courts, paddleball court, 3 community pools, and a children's playground too, if you want to bring the kids. And we also, apparently also, it sleeps 8. So you got 8 individuals, 4 in the main house, 4 in the cottage, 2 queen beds, double, and a set of twins, and includes a fully equipped kitchen, etc. I mean, an incredible experience, great opportunity to look like a nut. And you'll see here in a second when it's live, but you'll see our friend Danny with her goggles. Yes, you can definitely do a little snorkeling, but an awful great time up at Sea Ranch and the Sea Ranch Escape. So where's the bidding starting? We had at $1,800. Are we up to, oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah, there's been active bidding on this one, I will tell you. So not only can you head out to the ocean and head out to the beach, snorkel if you like, if it's wintertime, a little cold water. But I want to tell you, this area is prime Pinot Noir country. You're right next to the Mendocino coast. It is awesome, and we want to thank so much our donor for this item. We've got a lot of activity. I got to put my other glasses on because I can't see with just my goggles. We have a lot of activity on this one, but we currently have Jane Haight. Thank you so much, Hiatt, as the top Hyatt.
I would assume it's Hyatt. Yes.
As the top bidder at $3,600. Hey, listen, Jane, and then we've also had Jackie Walker in, Lisa Rosenthal. You all are in. If you guys outbid Jane right now, I'm going to throw in my goggles and allow you to take them and use them for your snorkeling experience at Sea Ranch. I'll also come and make your beds.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. She said it, and this is recorded.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, so it doesn't look like we have any more bidding on this. I just want to make sure that, again, we give people plenty of time. Again, we always say, look at your restrictions. Oh, we did get Jackie Walker back in.
She leapfrogged.
She did.
Oh my gosh.
At $3,800. I think Jackie was very interested in the
goggles.
snorkels.
That's a selling point, big time.
She wanted, it was worth $200 to her to get my snorkels. So Jackie, you're so far in for the Sea Ranch experience, the 1-week stay, sleeps 8. It's unbelievable. The Sonoma Coast is just phenomenal. All right, so let's get that 20-second countdown on the clock, and let's count it down. Remember, if anybody's having trouble bidding, if anybody has any questions, you can go to the 1-888 number. You can text Scott and I if you've got our personal numbers. I'll give his personal number to everybody right now. Or you can text the chat because there's everybody standing by to make sure that your bids are being recorded. So it looks like we got just a second left. It looks like Jackie Walker's bid is going to hang on at 38.
We got a little bit of a delay, but Jackie Walker, the winner.
All right. Thank you, Jackie Walker.
Thank you, Jack, very much. That's outstanding. Okay. Let's move to number 4.
Last item.
Week in Paris with a $1,000 travel certificate. And you will see that I had 5 years of French, 4 in high school and 1 in college. But you won't see it very well with this description because I still can't speak French. But live like the locals in this very spacious and authentic Parisian 1-bedroom apartment. Enjoy a world of experiences within walking distance from your apartment in the 7th arrondissement. Shop in Saint-Germain. Visit the fabulous Impressionist Museum, Musée d'Orsay. Walk across the Seine, the Seine, and visit the Tuileries and Louvre. And again, a $1,000 air travel voucher. So again, perhaps you've seen the description of the week in Paris. It's an outstanding opportunity. This was given to us by one of our board members, which we really enjoyed by Eric Hartwick. I'll just say his name out loud. Really appreciate your generosity, Eric. But again, it's a 7-night stay. Maximum number of guests, by the way, is 4. So, and the very cool thing about this too is you can do it before June 2022. So hopefully by then, the COVID crisis will be over by June 2022. So you do have the opportunity to use it until then. So any bidding yet, Danny? What do we have so far? Anything?
Well, I just wanted to get in my Paris motif. I've got my little beret on. Again, happy to donate to get to your experience level for Paris. But yes, we've got some bidding happening already. And look at your...
You can visit this.
Wow, Scott, you have a big Eiffel Tower.
Made in China. It's strange.
Look at that. I'm impressed with Scott's Eiffel Tower. So we have Ellen McNeil at 3250.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
getting
Thank you, Ellen.
I'm getting some notices that what I'm seeing is a bit delayed, and there
Okay.
might be other bids. So I have to be careful in what I'm saying because we want to make sure that
Everybody gets in, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody gets in. So, but we also are a little bit over time, so I want to get through this live auction since we're on the last item. Ellen McNeil, again, is still at $32.50. Anybody else in for Paris $1,000 voucher and knowing that you can keep this on your books until 2022?
That'd be nice.
Thank you, Eric Hartwig and your wife, for donating this. It is one of our board members' personal residence, so you know it is fabulous. It's not one of those
Meticulous.
places that you're getting on speculation. It is one of
exactly.
our board members' places. So it looks like Ellen McNeil is holding at $32.50. We're going to put the 20-second timer on the clock.
Great.
And we're going to count it down for any last bidders at for our week in Paris with the $1,000 travel voucher. And then we're going to close it out and see what happens is what happens with the last bidder. So Ellen, we hope you get it, but somebody else might sneak in. Ellen, it looks like you've got it at $32.50 if that's what holds.
We're hoping.
It looks like it did.
It won.
It
The
did.
winner.
It's closed. Ellen McNeil. It's closed at $32.50.
Thank you, Ellen, very much. And thank you for everyone bidding. I mean, all four went extremely well. So thank you very much for a fantastic.
Hey, Scott, I'm sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
go ahead.
All right. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with this, but Colleen Devlin was right behind Ellen McNeil at $3,000. Colleen, Eric just texted Scott and I. I'm not quite sure what to do with this, so hopefully everybody's going to get what to do. But they're going to open a second week in Paris. And we're going to call this 4B. So I don't know if our folks can get this up, but it's going to open for just 20 seconds. Colleen Devlin, you were right behind Ellen McNeil at $3,000. If you want to get this trip, I just need you to hit the buy it now at $32.50, and we will have sold this twice. And if not, no problem. Eric just said at that amount of money, that's scholarshiping one student for a full year. So he wanted to make sure that we put a second one in to scholarship. That means one more student next year than we normally would have had. So thank you. If we can get that up, and if it looks like there's going to be a 4B up there, then we're going to put it up. And here we go. All right. I'm giving Beth time to do this, but it looks like it's up. Do we have it up?
I think she did. Did she?
Well, it would
Little
be
bit of
on our
time delay.
screen here. So we're doing this. Oh, she's got it up. 4B.
Okay.
All right. Anybody want to buy it now at $32.50? If Colleen, you want to buy it at $32.50, it's yours. And if not, we're going to move on. So how are we doing?
Well, waiting for a text.
We're waiting for it to upload here.
Give it 5 more seconds. What do you think?
Okay.
5, 4.
All right.
Colleen, throw the 250 on top of that.
Here it is right here. And it's one available. It doesn't look like anybody bid on it. So we're just going to close it out at 20 seconds. And if no one does the 4B, that's totally okay. We just wanted to make sure that we offered it. If anybody wanted to grab a second week in Paris with a $1,000 travel voucher. So
Fantastic.
we're doing that. If not, no worries. We're going to head on and we're going to toss it. I'm going to toss it back to you, and you're taking it away.
Thank you very much again for all 4 opportunities. We really, really appreciate it. That does add to our thermometer. We'll show the thermometer at the end, just to give accumulation of all the dollars, which I think we're all very excited about. Next on the docket, we have a very important gentleman. And I guess words can't describe this individual, so I'm not going to do it. Where he'll be on Wikipedia at some point in his life. But this is our big cheese, the heartbeat of PCF, the founder, and that's Mr. Charles Schmuck. Charles, please take it away.
As PCF's founder, one of the things that our board in the early days realized was that we could not do this ourselves, that we really needed people from the community to step up, to be mentors, to be donors, to be supporters financially for events and trainings, et cetera, et cetera. One of the companies that has stood out among many, many other generous companies has been Facebook. The first year that they actually gave money to the community, PCF was one of the, I think, 8 or 10 or 12 organizations that got funding. And over the years, they've been so generous in the way of helping to put together our, sponsoring our videos, sponsoring our breakfasts, sponsoring our lunches. And then about 5 years ago, they came to us and said, we really want to not just help kids get to college, we really would like to help kids graduate. And so they then made a 10-year commitment to Peninsula College Fund. And that commitment has translated to over 50 scholars during that period of time who will get Facebook scholarships thanks to the generosity of their organization. The woman that in turn is behind all this is a woman named Lauren Swayze. And Lauren has been just so supportive of PCF because she believes in what we do in the way of helping kids from East Palo Alto, Ravenswood School District in particular, not just get into college, but to get through college and to be career ready. So it's my honor this year to present Peninsula College Fund's Community Service Award to Lauren Swayze. Lauren?
I am so honored to receive this recognition, but particularly proud of the work that PCF's been doing in the community. And I know we at Facebook are very proud to support that work and the organization. I've known PCF for quite a while now, and they do amazing work, as I'm sure everybody has been learning. And we began supporting PCF early on when we first moved to Menlo Park with small donations, and we were happy to support some of the events. But I always felt like it wasn't quite enough, and I was hoping we could do more because of their impactful work they do, supporting college scholarships in the local community around Facebook. Well, about 5 or so years ago, we got that opportunity, and we decided to support an organization that provides scholarships in the local community over a 10-year period. And I knew immediately who that should go to. It was no question in my mind. It had to be Peninsula College Fund. They have an amazing program offering 4-year college scholarships, mentors, internships, and they've just been doing this incredible work for 15 years, and I am so happy that we were able to provide this 10-year funding to Peninsula College Fund. I feel so proud to support them, and I wish them all the best in the next 15 years.
As a founder, I want to thank all of you for being online today. When we first started planning this, we were looking at doing some sort of a gala at night or a big special luncheon, and obviously, like all nonprofits, we've had to adjust. I want to thank you because you're at the end of our evening, that you're still online with me, and I really appreciate that I can share a few words for you. Candidly, I have a hard time believing it's 15 years. Then I look in the mirror and I realize, well, it has been 15 years. But seriously, it's gone by very quickly. And I think if a number of the original board members who are on tonight, you know, Phil and Fran and Mike Hawks and others, our goals were not where we are today. Our goals were pretty modest. We were hoping to, you know, get 3, 4, 5 kids a year in our program, and someday maybe have 20 kids in college at the same time. And as you heard, right now we've got, I think, 238 kids in college. So how did we get there? Well, we got there with a lot of help from a lot of people. And tonight, our event tonight is similar. I want to thank Christina, our great executive director, and our development director, Natalie, our evening committee, not our former lunch committee, our development committee, our board, our alum, and our students, all of which helped try to encourage people to get online tonight and make this wonderful evening possible. And I hope that you really enjoyed it. It was a lot of work went into it, and I hope it's you're coming back and saying it was one of the best nonprofit events that you've been involved in. When I reflect back on my 15 years, what I think about are all the people that in turn got us here. And it's wonderful donors, people who have given us $100 and people who have given us $50,000, and everybody in between. I think about the incredible number of volunteers who help put on events, our breakfasts, our lunch, but in particular, the volunteers who have been mentors. We've had almost 400 scholars in our program. And while a number of mentors have done it 2 and 3 times because they've enjoyed it so much, we really probably have had over 300 people who have agreed to mentor our students for 4 years, which is the core of our program. And I think it's something that I will always really appreciate, the dedication of the mentors. So we have a lot of, I look back on the 15 years and I say how blessed I was with some great friends in my living room to start this organization with very humble beginnings. And obviously it's where it is now that none of us dreamed about, but we're all happy that we're there. So when I think back on these past years, I want to just say how blessed I feel to have known all the volunteers, all the board members all the years, all our staff, our executive directors, and all the people who have financially helped us get to where we are today. It's because of you that we're able to afford to provide scholarships this year to 67 new scholars. So thank you for that. And lastly, I would just say the thing that I'm most indebted to are the scholars. They inspire us, like the 3 that you heard about, or the 4, I guess, that you heard about on our video tonight. They're unbelievable people. And they're people like you, like all of you probably on this video call, that I probably would have never met. So I feel incredibly lucky in my life that at 73 years old, that I have had the opportunity to meet all of you, but in particular, to have met these wonderful, almost 400 students who inspire me and inspire you every day. So thank you very much for coming tonight. I hope you had a great evening. I hope you donated a lot of money, and we really appreciate all the support from every one of you. And have a good evening.
Thank you, Charles, and thank you all for joining us this evening. I know we've gone a little over, and so I appreciate all of you who have stuck with us. Can we please have one last look at the thermometer? We made our goal, $215,000 and $100. This includes our auction at $10,850. So thank you all for joining us. A very special thank you to our presenting partner, Lane Partners, and to Cisco Systems and BJ and Isabel Casson, Morgan Stanley, Excite Credit Union, Graystar, and of course to all of our virtual table sponsors for their support. Our partners donated over $43,000. Now, we're almost at the end, I promise you. If I can have just a few more minutes of your time, we prepared a little surprise for Charles, and we'd also like to share that with all of you. After this video, our event will have concluded, and you should feel free to sign off and enjoy the rest of your evening. And again, thank you so much for your generosity this evening, and I really hope to see you all soon.
Charles, 15 years of the Peninsula College Fund. I'm happy to say congratulations and thank you. PCF has made better the lives of so many student scholars, including my own. With you at the helm, PCF has grown. It has awarded 391 motivated students with a scholarship to attend college. As you know, 132 of those recipients have already earned their degree, and a number of us have gone on to graduate school. Sir Isaac Newton said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants." To me, to so many, you are that giant. Again, thank you, Charles, and congratulations to you, the PCF staff, students, and all the supporters.
Thank you for never giving up on us. Now that I can receive my college education, I can graduate, get my teaching credential, and give back to my community.
Happy anniversary, PCF. Thank you very much for all your help throughout my time in college. I couldn't have made it this far without your help.
Team, on behalf of all of the PCF scholars, we would like to thank you for all of your support and would want to wish you a happy 15th year anniversary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Charles and PCF family. Congratulations on your 15th anniversary. We are so happy to be a part of the PCF family, and thank you so much for all your support throughout the years.
Hello, PCF and PCF community. I am Frederick Carr, graduating scholar from the class of 2012. I'm also currently serving as a mentor, and I just want to congratulate you all for 15 years. Wow, that is such an incredible feat, such an incredible achievement. I also wanted to give a special shout out to Charles for having the vision and seeing the need and acting on that and having faith and really just sticking through some of what I can imagine were some difficult times in the beginning and potentially even some hurdles along the way. But he was not deterred, and he has built up an incredible organization. There are incredible members around him to support him and to carry forward and push forward the PCF mission.
My name is Hector, and I am a fourth-year student at San Jose State. Without further ado, happy 15-year anniversary to PCF.